And so, my friends, I'm now sitting here at Monteverde on the boundary of the cloud forests in Costa Rica. And I promised some stories. So, the first story will be this story that I have put together of the journey that it took me from South Africa to get to Costa Rica. And it was impossible for me to transmit everything in the moment because of network connections and things. But I sort of put together a little video of all the little clips of photographs and videos that I made along the journey, and I'll tell you the story as it unfolds. So take a look. So firstly, I flew from George Airport on the 10th to Johannesburg, where I spent 2 nights in Johannesburg getting everything in order for my trip, such as health insurance and all the documents I needed for my travel. And then went to the airport on Saturday the 12th of December and got into line for my Lufthansa flight, which I had booked and paid for. And when I got to the front of the queue, they told me that I was no longer allowed to pass through America, and therefore I couldn't get on the plane because America had just locked down the restrictions on visas, and my visa was no longer applicable all of a sudden. So they wouldn't let me on the plane. I had to go back to Johannesburg and with the Uber and spend another night reorganizing and finding another flight. And then coming back the following night after having booked a flight on Ethiopian Airlines to Addis Ababa, where I could fly to Brazil and then further on to Panama and then Costa Rica. However, when I got to the front of the queue in the Ethiopian Airlines, they told me that I could not get on the plane because I did not have an onward ticket booked. So I went back and booked an onward ticket, but the ticket didn't come through on my computer. At the last minute, they said they were closing the gate, and I just ran to the front of the queue because the lady who was accepting it was different. And I ran and said, "Sorry, I'm late. Please let me in. Please let me in." And they rushed me through and put my luggage on, and I got on the plane without having my onward ticket, which I was supposed to have. And it was just really a spur of the moment thing. It was really perfect. I got on the plane. The plane was packed. It was so they couldn't even put all the luggage on the plane. It was so full. So I got to the Addis Ababa, and where the video you are watching at the moment in the background is my trip to the second flight, which I was going to take. I'm going to leave you with that, and so you can watch the story unfold as it happened. That's the first part of the story. And it was quite an epic trip. I was quite sick. My stomach was giving me a lot of problems, and I had 50 kilos of luggage, so I was lugging luggage all over all the place. And but after 4 days of flying, I got here and felt immensely satisfied to be here and to be able to share this little video that I made with you guys. So enjoy. So as you can see, I made it to Bole Airport in Ethiopia, and I'm just lying here getting a bit horizontal. They have these lovely benches that you can lie down at Bole Airport in Addis Ababa. And I had a difficult time getting on the flight, a lot of problems, 2 days of problems trying to get on flights. Finally, I'm out of South Africa. That was the most difficult. So now that I'm out, it's a lot easier to be in transit, and I'm on my way to Sao Paulo. So I'm hoping that everything works out well in Sao Paulo and that I get my tickets to Costa Rica. And I will keep you guys informed as things unfold. So walking towards the gate here, passing through these crowds of people that are all well masked up. As you can see, the fear is high here in Ethiopia. Everyone is masked. People are, it's really strange. People are not allowed to sit next to each other. And here, coming up to the gate that I will be leaving from. So that is a $4 cappuccino. $4 for cappuccino. So it's about 50 rand. It's not too bad, I suppose. So I am still on my sofa, waiting for my flight. In about half an hour. I'm getting some nice rest here. And I'm preparing myself for the next part of my trip. Yeah, interesting thing with social distancing that outside in the airport, no one's allowed to sit next to each other. There's spaces between all the seats, and there's big signs on the seats that say "Don't sit here." And then you get on the plane, and they pack you in like sardines. I mean, you are squashed in next to each other on the plane, but outside the plane, you're not allowed to sit next to each other. It's a bit weird. Yeah, they've got the fear posted everywhere. I mean, COVID everywhere. The signs, there's hand washing machines everywhere. They check you for your mask wherever you go. It's kind of like a cattle pen watching these people go through this. These pens and just walking through just like sheep. Some of the people are super paranoid. Like these people, if you have a look, every now and again you'd see some people in full PC gear. Quite, and here we have a child licking the screen. And here's another gentleman in his full kit, very paranoid. It's a really different atmosphere around here, being out amongst all these masked people after being in a community that was completely unmasked and going to a community that is completely unmasked. Quite interesting for me. So here we are. I'm arriving at the aircraft that I'm going to take my second leg with from Addis Ababa to Sao Paulo in Brazil. And coming up to the aircraft, it looks like a really nice new spanking aircraft to be flying on. Yeah, a little insert here. My flight from Panama, from Addis Ababa to Sao Paulo was nice. I had a good seat on the aisle, and I got some sleep. Arrived in Sao Paulo pretty tired, and to a whole lot of problems because they wouldn't allow me to board the next plane. And so I'll tell you a little bit about it from where I was in the moment. Good morning, my friends. It's 4 a.m. in Sao Paulo, and I am in a hotel, which I had to check into because I was so exhausted I couldn't actually carry on. I had to just get out of the airport and check into a hotel to try and regroup. They lost my one bag, so my one bag is somewhere else, which is not such a bad thing because now they have to get my bag to me and I don't have to carry it. So let's see that as a positive thing. And I have to get a COVID test before I can pass through Panama. So I couldn't get on the plane to Panama because I needed a COVID test to get on the plane to Panama. So my one last leg is to jump from here, Sao Paulo, via Panama to Costa Rica. And I'm busy trying to arrange that now. Hopefully I'll be able to get out of here in the next 24 hours. So some pictures from my hotel, looking over beautiful Sao Paulo. It's just waking up. Traffic is starting to wake up and move around. I am here having a smoke, calming myself down and trying to prepare for the day of getting things organized to get to San Jose. So I'm sending you guys all lots of love. So things are looking much better this morning. I'm in the hotel restaurant. Having breakfast. And things are looking a bit better. Things are happening this morning. I'm getting some help that I need, and I had managed to get a late checkout out of the hotel at 2 o'clock, as they've given me, and I'm getting free breakfast. So here's a panorama view from my hotel room of Sao Paulo. I love Sao Paulo. I know it looks like a dirty city from up here, but it's an incredible city to be in. Absolutely huge. I mean, as far as the eye can see are buildings. an amazing infrastructure. So yeah, back in mask plant, and I have managed to arrange my COVID test papers for my transport, and I have booked a ticket to San Jose. And with a lot of help from friends, and I really appreciate all you guys that have helped me so much to get this together. So yeah, I'm now checked out of my hotel. I'm sitting in the waiting room now because I have like 8 hours till my flight, so I kind of got to waste time. Try and make sure my ducks are in a row, that I've got my COVID tests and my re-flights and my everything I need to get through Panama to Costa Rica. But things are looking good. Things are looking like it's going to happen, and I should arrive in Costa Rica tomorrow morning at 8:30. So keep praying for me. And here's a little insert of what the streets of Brazil look like. Most of the people pretty masked up. Here as well, even people walking in the streets, masks everywhere. So, I'm on the plane to Panama. Wow, man, guess what? I didn't do that in business class. How that happened, I don't really know. It was really good business class. But I'm in business class for the last 2 flights, so I'm very happy about it. Very tired, and while I'm chilling, I'm on my final leg. So, I'll send you a message when I land in Panama, if I have time, because Panama is going to be 1 hour stopover and I don't have much time. So either Panama or you're here when I arrive in Costa Rica. Yeah, good morning. So it's still me, same person, different mask. I can't handle that other thing anymore. At least I can breathe with this one. So I'm in the airport lounge, in the departure lounge at Panama City, about to board the plane to San Jose. No problems, and I'm in first class again. Yay! So yeah, I'm on the final plane, and this time I have, for the first time, a window seat, which I always wanted all the way, and I never got one. And I'm in business class again, so I'm feeling totally trashed. It's going to take me days to recover from this, but I'm very happy to be here, arriving in Costa Rica soon to see Adam again. Thank you, all of you who followed me and watching this mad journey of mine. I love you all. So yeah, here I am in Costa Rica waiting for my baggage. They made me wear this mask. They didn't like my bandana, so I have to wear this mask now in Costa Rica. And I'm here. Just got to clear customs and go and find my son on the other side. So that's it, I'm here, and I did finally get my luggage back after 10 days of missioning, phoning the airline. Eventually it cost me $200 in taxi fare to get my luggage back, which was quite expensive. But I got it, everything is here. I managed to get through customs with all my medicines, with all the marimbas I was carrying, with sheepskins, with snake skins, all sorts of things in my luggage. And I'm very happy to be here, and have been well received, having already held 5 ayahuasca ceremonies since I've arrived in Costa Rica. So I've been pretty busy, and looking forward to sharing more of the stories that unfold here in Costa Rica as my journey unfolds. Have a wonderful year.